Hi everyone, my name is Kendrick and welcome to Travel and Live Free. In this video, we're going to cover my country number 62 to visit every single country in the world, and that country is the Czech Republic. My experience in the Czech Republic actually started out on a high note. I took a sleeper train from Poland going all the way to Prague, and I shared this sleeper train with this Czech guy who was super friendly, and we just hit it off and we became friends for that one moment that we were sharing that train car. He was so friendly that he helped me find the right metro ticket that I needed to go to my hostel when I arrived in Prague. I said goodbye to that friendly Czech guy and I traveled towards my hostel. I was a little bit too early for me to check in, but the guy that was working in the hostel let me drop off my stuff so that I can go to Prague and explore the city. And so I got to Prague bright and early, and I was able to do my own self-walking tour, and it was pretty fun. As the day went by, I would be meeting with the Angloville staff because they were gonna offer us a free city walking tour as a perk for doing volunteer work to help teach English to Czech people with a company called Angloville. I have done volunteer work with Angloville in Poland before, and I had a good experience. So I thought, hey, I probably will have a good experience again. At the start, it was pretty good because when we got together, the city walking tour was pretty fun, and I made some friends who was also doing volunteer work for Angloville. The next day, they also picked us up by bus, and I sat beside this British Korean guy who I got along with, and we became friends. However, after a few days, me and him would actually have a riff, and we would not be friends anymore. I just found that guy to be arrogant and full of himself, and after a few days of getting to know him, I just made a decision that this guy is not someone that I would like to be friends with. I also made the mistake of doing volunteer work right after I finished a volunteer work gig in Poland, and so when I did a volunteer work gig in Czech Republic, I was feeling burnt out teaching English to the Czech people. One day, I forgot to set my alarm, and after taking an afternoon nap during the lunch break, I overslept and I was late to one of the mentoring sessions. The coordinator, his name was Sean, got really upset at me. He tried to have a fake smile on his face, but he really acted passive-aggressive, and I think he's the biggest douchebag in that Angloville company. For the remainder of my volunteer gig with Angloville, that guy Sean was really giving me a hard time, and he was just unpleasant to be around with. The Czech people that I did mentoring with were pretty pleasant for the most part, and there was also a few Slovakians in the group. Regardless, the time flew while we were doing volunteer work in this castle in the Czech Republic, and I was very happy by the time we finished. I didn't bother saying goodbye to the coordinator or my douchey roommate by the time we finished this volunteer gig, and I just left, and I don't want to go back to this place ever again. Overall, my experience in the Czech Republic started off in a high note, but actually ended up in a rock bottom note. And I don't blame the country per se for this experience. It was really my experience with Angloville in Czech Republic, which is a shame because I had a really good experience with them in Poland. So I personally would not recommend the volunteer work in the Czech Republic with them, but the Poland one is pretty good. Anyways, that's about it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments below. And don't forget to sign up to the Travel and Live Free newsletter, where you can get a 10-step cheat sheet on how to travel around the world. You'll also get the latest tips and strategies on how to save money on travel for Canadians, how to go on a around the world adventure travel for Canadians, and how to use travel to get more freedom in your life as a Canadian. You can sign up for the newsletter in the description below. Until next time, I'll see you then.